All right, let's walk through the basics of working with files in iChart. I'm just going to start at the top here and work my way down. First, we have the import button. So if I click that and pick a dataset here, a CSV file in this case, open, then you can see that the raw data was imported onto the chart and also that the dates were adjusted. So what iChart does is that it will look at the earliest date in your dataset and it will grab the nearest Sunday before that to always start on a Sunday. And of course, it would be useful to know exactly how the data needs to be formatted to be imported like this. And all that is described in my GitHub here, import formatting. So you can read here about what file types to use, exactly how to format the columns and so on. It's not that complicated, but yeah, I'm not going to go through it in detail here because it's all written down here. And here's an example if you just want to get started. Next, we have the export button, which you will probably rarely use. This is just in case you have entered the data manually and want to export that data as raw data. But for the most part, you will probably just use the import button. Next, we have the chart buttons. And this button here, new, wipes the chart and it defaults back to the nearest Sunday from the current start date. And then we have the load button, and this is where you load chart files. And I'm going to show you what that entails. So I'm going to load a chart file here. And now we have loaded the exact same data, but you can see that there's a difference here, and that is that all the chart objects and settings for the chart also came along with it. We have the phase lines, the aims, certain customizations for the data points, the grid has been turned off, credit lines. So that is the usefulness of loading chart files instead of just putting raw data on the chart. And here you could save a chart file that you've been working on. And here you can export your chart as a PNG, PDF, JPEG, or SVG. When in doubt, I would say go with PDFs. They turn out really well, I think. And finally, we have the recent imports and recent charts. So iChart is going to remember what files that you have imported and loaded and list them here for quick access. So instead of looking through the file system, we can just do an import like this, or loading a chart file like this. And the last thing I want to show you is how to update a chart file that you've been working on. So you can see here that we have our data, but let's say that you have more data and you have a data file here that has been updated. So what you can do once you load a chart file is just to import the data like this, and you can see that the data points were added. So yeah, that's the basic of working with files in iChart.